What's going on, everyone? Sports back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the trade that just went down between the Toronto Raptors and the Indiana Pacers. As of course, Pascal Siakam has been traded from the Toronto Raptors the um, to the Indiana Pacers, and of course, this is a tough trade for the Raptors. Pascal Siakam is the longest tenured Raptor to date. And, of course, he won a title here. The Raptors drafted him. He's been here ever since he got drafted. And, he's been terrific in his career with the Raptors. Played in 510 games, of course, through 7 seasons, 8 seasons with us now. It's been 8 years. And he's just been a complete player and a guy of total class for this team in his NBA career. He's, of course, like I said, he's a 2019 NBA champion, as well as a two-time All-Star. He won the Most Improved Player the season that the Raptors won the title. Just a terrific year for Siakam that season, alongside Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry and Norman Powell and all those great players. Mark Gasol we had on that team. Danny Green, Ibaka. That was a great team. Of course, Pascal was the final piece to that team. He's now gone. He's going to be turning 30 years of age at the end of the season, at the beginning of April. So he's a 30-year-old free agent this upcoming offseason. And, I just think it makes sense for the Raptors to make this move. You see what's happened, here in the future in the past with our free agents, unrestricted free agents. A lot of them have left for nothing, or a lot of them have left for very minimal, return. Of course, Kawhi left for nothing, but we knew that, of course, you weren't trading Kawhi at the deadline. The only guys that were rumored to be traded at the deadline, of course, were Kyle Lowry, as well as Fred VanVleet. Kyle Lowry, we got him in a sign and trade. And to this point, none of those pieces are still here. It's actually made sense to maybe trade him at the deadline. We don't know what we could have gotten. And, of course, Fred VanVleet last offseason, he left to go to Houston, and we got no return for him, with rumors at the trade deadline of us potentially trading him. So the Raptors wanted to get, to kind of change that narrative with free agents just walking. Of course, Siakam, he was a player that wanted to stay, but the Raptors just didn't want to spend $40 to $45 million on him, and I don't blame them. I actually agree with it. Here, and at this point, I think that it makes sense to make the trade that we made. They also traded OG Anunoby, a guy who's going to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason because he will not accept his player option. Taking a look at what Pascal Siakam was able to do here in Toronto with the Raptors over his 8 seasons. Of course, we drafted him back in 2016. He was a first-round pick that year, 27th overall. Same year we got Capurtle in that draft class, 9th overall. Siakam's been great, though. He's averaged, in his career with the Raptors, 17.5 points per game in an average of 31 minutes a night. But he really took off, of course, in that year. They won the title. He averaged 17 that season with 23 the year after. He never, though, had a 25-point per game season. Last year, he was his closest. He averaged 24.5 points per game, of course. But, Pascal's been great with us. There's no doubt about that. But it just felt like his time has come. And we need room on this team to allow other players to emerge. I think that's totally fine to say. Here at this point, you have so many good young pieces on this team. Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, of course, Emmanuel Quickly, Jakob Poeltl now. There's just a ton of pieces here that you want to grow. And, pieces that we want to elevate at this point, and it just makes sense to make that trade. I really, really like what we got in return. Pascal was terrific, and I wish him absolutely nothing but the best moving forward. He was a total star here in Toronto. He was a classy guy. We all in this city love him and appreciate everything that he's done for us. We will always love him, and this is a special spot. We have a place in all of Raptors fans' hearts. Pascal Siakam has a place in there. And, when he retires, there's going to be some sort of thing done here in Toronto for him. There's no question about it. But you cannot, sit here and say that we didn't get a good return for him. You just can't. 3 first-round picks, as well as Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, and Kier Lewis Jr. Now, you take a look at how many players have been traded for 3 first-round picks. The list is not long at all. I get that Pascal was great, but you getting Jordan Nwora, a guy who, just looking at these players, he's kind of flying under the radar. He's not old at all. He's 25 years of age. There's room for his game to improve. He's a 6'8" small forward. I know we have a lot of those, but we are good at developing them. And this season he's played in 18 games, averages just 10 minutes a game, and he's averaging over 5 points a night. In his 24 games that he played last season with the Pacers after the trade from Milwaukee, where he averaged 24 minutes a night, he averaged 13 points. So that is a solid number for him off the bench. I think he could be a solid bench piece for this team. And, of course, Bruce Brown, who I really, really like as well. Now, Jordan Nwora, he is going to be a free agent this upcoming offseason, an unrestricted free agent, but the Raptors will easily be able to re-sign him if they feel that it's right and if they feel like the money makes sense. I don't have any doubts about that. Now, looking at Bruce Brown, he is a solid player, and he's just 27 years of age, and he's having a great year with the Indiana Pacers. He just signed a 2-year deal this offseason worth $45 million after winning the title last season with the Denver Nuggets. He was a big piece to Denver winning that title. So he played very, very well for Denver. In the playoffs, he averaged 12 points a game in the 20 games played. He's been very good. He was very good for Denver last year. He's been very good this year with Indiana. He started all 33 games for them. He'll probably come in here and start. He has a player option next season for $23 million. And for me, that is an affordable amount for a guy who plays terrific defense. And I mean terrific defense. Like, he is a guy that players do not like facing on the other end of that court. He makes a lot of sense for the Raptors in terms of fitting this team the way they are right now to grab some defense. But he's averaging 12, 5, and 3 this year with the Pacers in 33 games played, and 29 minutes a game in those 33 games. So if the Raptors feel that Bruce Brown fits this team and can help us moving forward, he's very versatile. He can play at the 1, 2, or 3 at 6'4", 200 pounds. If they feel he is good and can fit this team, they will keep that team option for next season at $23 million and maybe even extend him. Who knows? Maybe they flip him as well. We don't know what could happen with him, but it would make sense, no matter what they really decide to do. And then, of course, Kier Lewis Jr., he's just kind of a thrown piece to make the salaries match up. Not much on him. He's 22 years of age. He was a lottery pick 3 years ago. There's a reason he went in the lottery. He's a talented player. Maybe he figures it out here in Toronto with a change of scenery with the Raptors. He's been with the Pelicans his whole career. That's where we got him from in this trade. He's been in the league for 4 seasons now. Played in 118 games, averaged 13 minutes a game in those games, and 5 points. So, who knows? Maybe the Raptors can, throw him in a couple sequences and a couple situations and see what they have out of him. Who knows? But that's the book on the players, and then of course the picks make a lot of sense. It's Indiana's 2024 first round pick, their 2026 first round pick, and then the 2024 the third pick is a complicated one. That pick is the worst pick, the worst first round pick out of the Utah Jazz, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Los Angeles Clippers, and I believe the Houston Rockets. The worst pick. That will probably be either the Oklahoma City Thunder pick or the Clippers pick. One of the two. That's my guess. Right now, the Raptors would be picking 18th and 27th from the Pacers. And then, of course, with their own pick right now, that sits 6th. It is of course, the Spurs own our pick, but it is top 6 protected. So if the season ends today and the draft lottery leaves us at 6, the Raptors would, of course, keep their pick, and they would get our pick next year. But I do think, though, the Raptors will fall outside that top 6, and I think that that pick will go to the Spurs this year. We'll have the 2 picks that we gained in this trade. But I think this trade makes a lot of sense. Pascal Siakam is going to sign an extension there with the Pacers, and there's a non-expiring contract. It makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. And Masai Ujiri did a tremendous job out of OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam. He got R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, 3 first-round picks, Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, and Kira Lewis Jr. That's a tremendous return. That's 5 players and 3 first-round draft picks, as well as a second-round draft pick, which is going to be probably 31st or 32nd this year. So tremendous job twice by Masai Ujiri to get hauls. Same, like I said, with OG Anunoby, I wish Pascal Siakam nothing but the best moving forward. He's always going to have a soft spot in Raptors fans' hearts. Wish him nothing but the best moving forward, but I love the deal for the Raptors. It makes a lot of sense to move off Siakam, of course. Let him move to a contender, where they're going to pay him. He can make some money. He can play well, and we're not rebuilding. We're just resetting right now, and I think next year will be a totally different season. I think we're going to obviously clearly try to win this year, win some games and see where it can get us. But I like the trade for Masai. I love it, and it makes a lot of sense. But you guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on the trade. I like it. I think it makes a lot of sense. We got a lot in return, and I'm excited about that. You guys let me know all the good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See you guys on the next video, and as always, let's go Raptors.